Hello everyone and welcome to this video. I am Jyoth, the founder of Measuremate, and this is a really great video for someone who is just starting with Measuremate or someone who is considering using Measuremate for their Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager or BigQuery needs. Right, so in a nutshell, why we started creating Measuremate, there were primarily three different reasons. Number one was lots of my customers, my teammates, again, on client side, agency side, they did not know much about how Google Tag Manager works, how Google Analytics works, or definitely they did not know more about BigQuery because technically these concepts are very complex for most of the people, like 90% of the people really feel it very complex. So we try to make it simple, automated via APIs, and create a place where you could generate insights, you could audit your setups, you could create your setups without even doing any particular code as well. So that's our primary motivation. And on the other hand, investing in tagging, implementing Google Analytics, Google Tag Manager could cost you like hundreds and thousands of dollars as an agency or as a brand. Uh, if you are investing so much on manual work, hiring agencies, hiring experts, you could reduce that expenses as well using Measurement. And lastly, I think the third problem that we tried to solve was Google Analytics implementations are a headache because it involves multiple parties and there is no particular collaborative tool which allows you to work in a same place. Developers, testers, marketers, and even product managers, everybody can get involved in this one particular tool and make the tagging process smoother, easier, and faster. So let me take you through Measurement. If you are new, you can definitely visit our website and look at this particular page for more information about Measurement. We have listed down like whatever are our features, like audit, tracking, setup, planning, reporting, Copilot, and AI-based monitoring and actionable insights. In this video, I'll be taking you through uh, each one of these features, and we'll let you also understand uh, how to particularly use each one of these. Right, so if you are new to Measurement, you will not probably see this screen. When you go to app.the-measurement, it will ask you to sign in. Once you complete the sign in, there are like one or two onboarding questions which you have to answer, and then you can simply go to connect your Google Analytics account, create a project. So right now I already have a project which is connected to my demo Google Analytics account, and I'll be continuing to the dashboard. Now, when you land on the dashboard, if you are from AppSumo, you can redeem your codes here right under promo codes. Uh, Otherwise, let me just take a bit of like 1 or 2 minutes to make you comfortable with the dashboard. So the dashboard has many things, and we're definitely trying to revamp and make it easier. But yeah, for now, I think it showcases you that Measurement works everywhere you do. The reason is Google Analytics needs to be present everywhere, and it has lots of interactions. For example, a Chrome extension. If you are looking at insights on your page, feel free to like install our Chrome extension. And when you install the Chrome extension, it can simply showcase all your data, which is for example for your pages you can so it's just a feature, right? So I'm showcasing why Chrome extension. So there are some internal integrations with different plugins, so it gives you all your data right into Chrome without doing anything, right? So it just gives you each page wise data. Once you change the page, the data will refresh automatically. So that's why there are many versions of Measuremate, and each one definitely provides and have their own speciality. Like our Figma plugin uh, helps you connect GA4 to Figma. So if you have a mockup, you want some data to be populated on Google Analytics data on Figma, definitely feel free to use our Figma plugin. If you are on a Shopify store, right? If you are a Shopify owner of, or if your clients are Shopify owners, you might want to simply use our Shopify plugin, which is a plug and play Google Analytics tracking uh, app. If your clients on WooCommerce, you can simply use our WooCommerce plugin and install this WooCommerce plugin by downloading it and uploading it to your WooCommerce WordPress store, and then the tracking will automatically start. Right. So in such cases, like where you have Shopify stores, WooCommerce stores, we require you to do absolutely no coding, no Google Tag Manager. Tagging is required, no Google Analytics setup is required, everything is automated. You just need to implement Measuremate via tracking and setup modules. So these are the two tracking modules you have to follow for such scenarios. But yeah, overall I think these are the rationale behind these different plugins. And the lastly, we are also available on Google Workspace as an add-on. So you can install Measuremate on Google Docs, Google Excel Sheets, or Google Slides. Right? So it just opens a quick sidebar for you. Same Measuremate available into Google Sheets, Google Slides, and then you can simply use Measuremate side by side for any data retrieval, or if you are working on a deck for your client, you can simply ask Measuremate for to fetch the different data points using our GA4 Copilot module. Right. So in this demo, we will go through different features of Measuremate, and definitely it's going to be a deep dive. So feel free to skip to a section which is more suitable for you, or the module which is more suitable for you. Right. Overall, I think that's what is the dashboard. There are some recommended items, like we do provide some onboarding support to you. So if you are not sure how to onboard, how to use Measuremate, feel free to reach out. Up to 5 hours of GA4 tracking support is on us, and we will help you understand how to use Measuremate and get you started. Most of the times, like if you have a very small website, it might be also useful to onboard these websites with us, and we will help you. If you need a demo, there is a demo link. If you can book a demo here. If you want to join our private community of Measuremate users, you can go to this invite and accept the invite and come to our community on Discord, where we regularly post more materials and more hands-on articles, tutorials are available on this community. If you are interested in managed services, you don't want to use Measuremate, but you have already purchased Measuremate and you want us to implement Google Analytics GTM for you, there is a managed services option at $99 for a small set of websites. So you can read this for more details, and then purchase managed services directly from here, and one of us will be getting in touch with you. So that's the major part of the dashboard. Coming to the Measuremate core, right? If you see on the top left, you see different projects that you are working on. If you are on AppSumo plan, you can up to have like 5 projects. If you need more projects, you can definitely get in touch with us. And just right below this, there is a share button. So if you have team members, if you have clients you want to invite to Measuremate, feel free to invite them. Right now we don't have any limits to how many members you can invite, so definitely I think inviting is a great option, and they can again log in with their Google IDs. So definitely a Google ID is a mandatory thing for inviting anyone. And yeah, make sure that you only invite the Google address, not any other address, because we only support Google login at the moment. Uh, Going into the modules, right? If you look at the project, like right now I'm into a demo project, and I have 7 different modules here, starting from audit to measurement plan builder to tracking and pixel, scheduled reports, GA4 Copilot, AI based alerts, and insights. Right, so each one has their own description which you can read uh, to get started as well. But yeah, quickly, if you want to take a look, each module has the things that you can perform using these modules, and they are in itself are very very deep. So I will be taking you through those modules, most of them in this video, and you will be able to see like how these modules work. Again, each one of them has a drill down uh, for different items, and each modules have sub modules which you can use to make your life easier with GA4, or could be Google Analytics, or could be BigQuery. At the bottom, if you see, there are footers like home, and there is a help section. So if you want to know more about Measuremate, this is the place where you go. You can read more. Why did we create Measuremate? How it helps brands, agencies, freelancers. Uh, Go to the website. You can read a full presentation deck, and you can also see how it works. Right. So overall, the flow, the features, how each one of them come into the picture, and how it really reduces the manual work, the need for collaboration is taken, and reducing overall cost of implementations for each agency or each brand. There is a roadmap. Definitely, we keep managing this, and the things we add to the roadmap, we keep on completing. And you can see, like, if there is a request from a user, and we think that it could be a great addition to Measuremate, we will add your suggestions to the roadmap, and ultimately that suggestion will come into in progress, and then ultimately it will be completed status. And there is also a change log. So if you are not sure about something, you can look at the change log, like what did change during certain months, and you should be able to see different things within change log and when the change came into effect. Right. There is a service health section. So this primarily gives you, helps you to filter to each service and understand if service is functioning properly. Right. For example, tracking and setup, there are no issues right now. But in this case, let's say we had a small issue in GA4 Co-pilot recently. So we have status as impacted, and what is the problem that Copilot is facing. Right? If you encounter any bugs, you can definitely report them here. And there's a knowledge base training resources coming up. And if you need any support, definitely you can raise a ticket here. So it's pretty simple. Like, you just select either GA4 support or product support, title, description, upload a file. Don't forget to add measurement expert to my project and create a ticket. Right. And having said this, let me get into each one of the features of Measuremate in the next part of the video. So let's begin with Google Analytics Audit, and I'll also give you a bit of a background, because each of these 7 modules are built in a way that helps you consult a new client on GA4. Right? So if you are an agency, or if you are a brand implementing Google Analytics from scratch, or if your Google Analytics is a mess right now, what you need to do is you need to start with Google Analytics Audit, which ultimately helps you understand the current state of your Google Analytics audit. And generating an audit is pretty easy. let me showcase you. Let's say this is a sample XYZ. By default, you have already connected Measuremate to this property, so you can audit that property right here. Select a date range that you want to audit, like you can select up to like any number of like months, years is doable. If you are an e-commerce business, I think you need to keep this turned on. Otherwise, you can just simply skip. In this particular demo project, it's an e-commerce project, so I will be selecting it and just need to start your GA4 audit. Right, the moment you start, it is going to create a GA4 audit under the all audits screen, right? So throughout the product, we have followed a similar strategy, right? I think from a UI perspective, that you will create things in one tab, and if you want to refer to them, there is a second tab where you can refer more of these values or whatever is happening within this audit, right? So uh, you can see that there are results here, and you can see some of the things that are already passed, but then there is an item called data sharing settings, which I can see as failed, and there could be multiple reasons. So you have to then understand what this is, uh, what is the current value, and what are our notes, right? So notes is where we try to help you guide how to fix this or what could be done to fix this, right? So those are like recommendations. If you are an agency, you are working on fixing Google Analytics 4, there are options to also provide edit the notes, like this has been fixed, uh, and just click anywhere else and it gets saved. You can also change these values to pass from fail and it turns green, right? So overall, these are the functionalities uh, within the audit results module. Now results are across like 6 different uh, areas of GA4. Like, how have you configured your basics of GA4, right? Have you configured Google Analytics properly? So all these checks are very, very important. And if these are failing, for example, in this particular property, attribution reporting model is only paid and organic channels, right? Rather than the recommendation is it should be set to data driven model for Google Analytics 4, right? So similarly, there are recommendations which you can definitely implement after auditing and understand how to audit each one of them. So overall basics, then there is architecture. So if you have a company, right, it is very much required to create an organization and then link your GA4 account to your organization account. This just helps you manage all your Google related products at the end of the day, right? So there are many such checks. PIIs, are you capturing any PII related data within Google Analytics 4? So in this case, for example, uh, certain dimensions were capturing, like form field name, form name. So some of these are not up to the mark, right? So a client should not be capturing email or phone number within Google Analytics 4. So it has highlighted that if you are capturing, please stop capturing those, right? Because it would be ultimately a violating of your compliance or laws, and it could result into big fines for you. Tracking and setup. So if you have implemented Google Tag Manager, it will check your website for the code presence, and will check whether all the default values have been set up properly or not, right? So lots of things are already checked when you look at the audit. There are data quality related checks. So if I would want to showcase you data quality. Yeah, it checks whether certain dimensions like channel grouping is configured properly or not, right? If there is an invalid data like not set or others, it will highlight those issues to you, data quality related issues. Then there are integrations. If you haven't integrated to certain Google products like BigQuery or Google Ads, it will check those things and primarily help you recommend the things that you want to uh, do or that you might want to simply do with your Google Analytics integrations, right? And then lastly, the data coverage, which is the most important part, because it then gives you an understanding whether are you capturing the right amount of data to make insights easier to find. Do you even have enough amount of data like sign up events, purchase events, add to cart events, page view events, login events, which ultimately helps check if you will be able to create a funnel, if you will be able to understand user journeys or insights in more detail, right? The higher the number of events, generally the detailed insights you can get, right? So there are two parts. Again, there are recommended events. So all these are recommended events that the tool checks for you. Uh, and then there are also recommended parameters, right? So if you are an e-commerce business, are you capturing item size or item related colors or offer count, or could be n number of cash on delivery options or delivery time? So these are certain recommended parameters which the tool checks for you and provides you the results. Now you have audited your Google client's account. You want to share this with client. Then if you don't want to share within Measuremate, you can simply select a Google Sheet right from here, and you have to like first provide an access to Google Sheets. So I can show you where you can do that. So all our integrations are managed under Manage Integrations tab. Be it OpenAI, be it Google Tag Manager, Server Side Tag Manager, BigQuery, Slack, email, WhatsApp, or even Google Sheets, right? So right now I already integrated this email address. The only problem is right now I haven't given access. My access has actually expired because I haven't used it for like few months, or maybe I had reset my ID recently. So in such cases, you might need to re-provide the access if the access is expired, right? And yeah, let me just quickly provide access. The providing access is very straightforward. It asks you what kind of access is required. In this case, we want to use Google Drive to create a file, and primarily use this to generate a sort of sheet selector, and ultimately export this to multiple items, right? So yeah, I think overall I'm not going to go into much details, but it's just an export functionality. We are developing Google Slides for better visualization, so that there should be an option coming soon, very soon. I would guess. Uh, so that's the audit part. So very simple and easy to get started. Now, if you are looking at tracking, there are multiple options, and for the WooCommerce and Shopify tracking, there are two options. One is Shopify tracking. So Shopify tracking is primarily very easy because you can look at all these, and then okay, I have to authorize Google Tag Manager because all my access have been revoked. Yeah, so authorization is complete. And for Shopify, you can simply follow the instructions, and it supports multiple events, right? In terms of process, uh, the process is easier. We are also making it more easier for you. But if you are new to Shopify tracking, just follow the guide to Shopify tracking and you should be sorted. If you face any difficulties, you can click on need help here on the right section, and simply select your ticket and we will get in touch with you. Or if you prefer a WhatsApp quick support, just click on the WhatsApp button and it will help you connect to our team, and we will try to respond to you within like 24 hours and resolve your issues as soon as possible, right? uh, so for Shopify, uh, and I'm starting with tracking and pixel setup first, then we will go to measurement plan builder. So these two modules are built to give you more control, faster access to events creation, and automation related features, uh, right from the measurement without spending any manual effort uh, in working with your Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager. Now, I will showcase you Shopify tracking first. Right, so there is a guide to Shopify tracking. Each one of these you can, expand. So just don't forget that there is more content at the bottom, and open it when you are working on it. So the guide says you need to connect Shopify store with Measuremate. Right, so what you do is you go to connect Shopify store, and you have to insert your Shopify store ID. Right, so in this case, it should look like some identifier, then .myshopify.com. Right, this could be your uh, store on Shopify. This is a demo store that we have been generally using to track this. Now, when you add a Shopify store, uh, first of all, uh, when you come to a new project, let's say if I go to uh, probably a demo project which do not have any Shopify stores, you will see something like this where you can either choose your Shopify store, right? Or if you have not added a store, you can add your store. Just write your uh, store name, let's say Measuremate Shopify store. It will also give you a preview URL, so you can type your preview URL and your store should open up, right? And ultimately you can click on add measurement on Shopify store, right? So in this case, if I'm opening this store, if I'm selecting this as a store, not trying to add new store, and save this, right? The store, then you need to, I think you can directly implement on your Shopify store, but in this case I already added measurement on my Shopify store, the demo store. So I will just showcase you how the flow works. Uh, for my apps to work on Shopify stores, you will ultimately land on app selection page, right? So if I tell you more about app, you can go under apps, you can see the installed app. But if you are new to Shopify tracking, you need to go to app and sales channels. For example, maybe I'll uninstall this for a while so I can give you a more better idea. Now you can also install it from GA4. Let me go to app.shopify.com and you can search for GA4 Audit, or Measuremate as well would work. You can install this, right, and install this on your store, right. It will ask you to authorize your data, that it wants to fire pixels, want to store your analytics data, and wants to deploy code on your online store, right. Installing is very easy. So you have installed Measuremate on your store. The next step is to implement Google Tag Manager on your Shopify store, right. So again, that part is very easy. You can go to app embeds. If you have already integrated, just click on enable theme extension, and once you click on theme extension, right, what you can I think do is you can, for example, I'll go back to online store, yeah, and go to probably customize, which will open this editor for you. And under the editor, there is an app embed section, right. Under this, you have to switch this on if it is off, and then also open it up, enter your Google Tag Manager ID. That's the only thing that you need to do to implement tracking on Shopify store, right. So it's very easy for end user to implement. There is also a guide. If you have installed via Shopify App Store or from the Measuremate, we recommend completing your journey. You will be redirected to Measuremate, and then go back to tracking and pixel setup after redirection happens, because that way we are able to capture your store name and details, which can be used to help you further enable theme extension directly, right. When you click here, it will redirect you to the right page. If you complete the authentication easily, that would be really helpful for us to guide you throughout the process, right. Then there is a small custom pixel setup. So this is a latest feature of Shopify APIs, which is called Web Pixels API. If you are not aware about this, it's a new secure API that Shopify provides to track customer events on checkout pages, on purchase page, or any sensitive pages where events are required to be tracked. It's a huge risk if you are using Google Tag Manager without Shopify Web Pixels API. It could break your checkout flows if Google Tag Manager pushes the wrong script, or a wrong JavaScript can break your checkout flow. So this is the latest and the best approach that we follow according to Shopify. To set up your custom pixel, what you need to do is, again, go to your store, right. Once you open your store here, there is a settings menu, and overall within the settings menu you can see the customer events, and within customer events you can create a new pixel. Pixel name is a test pixel. We might not connect this one, but yeah, overall set up all your permissions, so you don't need any permissions. Customer privacy, again, pixel will always run. If you are into a particular region where these settings are required, then definitely get in touch with us. Otherwise, generally, this data does not qualify as sale data, so you can select these values and move next to copy the code, right. So the code is ready. You just copy the code from here, implement the code, and that's all, right. That's almost everything that you would want to do with your Shopify tracking, and your tracking can now start. More actions, you can edit pixel name at a later stage if you want. The next thing you want to do is connect your pixel, and when you connect, this code is deployed on your checkout pages. and other pages to track different events. And you can also test, right? So if you want to test, there's a small pixel helper that Shopify has developed. It gives you which events are being tracked right now, right? So if I click, there was a clicked event. If I click here, you can see multiple events are firing on your Shopify store, which is just pretty great. Like I'm changing an input, I'm adding the product to cart, uh, viewing cart, and multiple things, right? When you go to your store, you will be able to see uh, each events being fired. But this testing is just for the sake of testing. It's not compulsory, you can skip it. uh, what you need to ensure is you see a green connected status. Without connected status, your tracking will not work. So please make sure that the custom pixel you create for Shopify store is uh, able to connect to your website code, and should be able to work flawlessly then, right? Now you have set up your store, your data is being pushed to right data layer setup. Now you want to set up your Google Tag Manager, right? So if you have a Google Tag Manager which is connected to which you are using to uh, uh, which you are using for your Shopify store, what you want to do here is, I'll go back to the demo project, and you can connect your workspace. Like if you have connected your Google Tag Manager, select a default workspace, right? So workspace is, for example, this is my demo container, so I'll showcase you a quick workspace for a Shopify tracking, right? So this is the default workspace where you are pushing your changes. If you want to keep your work separate, you can create a new workspace and then select a new workspace under your workspace menu, right? These are the event types. If for most setup, I think these are all the very basic advanced events which tracks everything that you want for a store, right? So all these events, just click here, select all events, and there's a button at the bottom. If you are in EU and if you are using a consent tool and would like to use consent as well into your tagging configuration, you can add consent like analytics storage with these tags. Otherwise, just simply click on push to Google Tag Manager, and it will start pushing the tags. And the only thing that you have to do after the tag pushing is completed is to publish your container, like submit your container and publish the container for the tracking to start, right? So that's the Shopify tracking. Very similar setup for WooCommerce tracking, but slightly much more easier. You can go to the guide to understand how WooCommerce setup works. Connect your WooCommerce stores. There is a screenshot as well given for WooCommerce. Like you can upload a plugin inside your WordPress store. Once you install the plugin, which is given at this link, you can simply select different events, add your GTM container ID, select all your events that you want to push to Google's data layer, and save changes, right? Once you save the change, your setup for the store is complete. There is no coding, absolutely no coding required for this to work. And then lastly, same according to the other things that I showed you in Shopify tracking, you will follow the same method, like all 20 plus different events you will select right in the console here, and yeah, push to GTM with, if you want consent, add a consent here and push these to Google Tag Manager, right? So once you start pushing the tags, it might require an editor access to your GA4 property, because This tool also help you set up your Google Analytics 4 setup, like custom definitions are automatically created. So I'm providing a detailed level of edit access to my Google Analytics 4 property, right? So yeah, I'll just continue providing the access, push to GTM, and the tags have started being pushed now, right? It might take like up to 1 to 10 minutes because there are multiple tags which are being created right now uh, within my demo container. I can show you some sample as well right now. See, if I go to overview, sort by last edited, so it has started creating all WooCommerce related variables like currencies, e-commerce items variable. It has also created a trigger, it has created a tag which has been configured with all the required parameters. Sending e-commerce data is true, and trigger has been attached. So you don't need to absolutely touch Google Tag Manager in this case. For Shopify and WooCommerce tracking, you just push the tags to Google Tag Manager, and ultimately do not forget to publish the Google Tag Manager container so that you start receiving data into your GA4 account which you have connected. The only thing I think you might need to change while performing this setup is your, for example, when Measuremate pushes tags, it pushes tag with a kind of variable, right? So for example, it does not provide a value because we just hard code with a sample value. So you can enter your own like Google Analytics stream ID here. If you are new to the Google Analytics, you can find stream ID under your data streams. Right? Just go to a data stream, and this is your measurement ID, not the stream ID. Copy this ID G hyphen and provide this ID right here, save it, and publish your container once the tag pushing has been completed. So you can see now there have been many tags, triggers it has started creating for each event, each variables and each triggers, right? So primarily it's very easy for you to set up on Shopify or WooCommerce stores. Now coming to a website, if you have a custom website, uh, there is a different set of module that you can use to track. So for example, let's say if there is a website called Machines Italia, this is a custom website which you might want to track, and for these generally you might want to create separate events, or you might want to create different uh, events for different items which you might want to track. For example, sign up button or sign up events that you might want to track. For those, you can go to measurement plan builder, go to creating the UI. So for any custom websites, you might want to first identify sections that you want to track, and to identify such sections you can use many options, right? You can either crawl a website, like maybe I have a website called, let's say, we report work test home page, right? I will showcase you. This is a sample page that we have created for a different product, and this product has certain buttons right here, and I want to track those buttons. I want to create events for those buttons, or maybe I'm not sure what to do. Then I will just copy this page URL and try to create and save this particular page first, right? So this identifies the flow as the number one step, where we are providing the details of the page to Measuremate as a tool. And there are many ways to do it, right? You can simply import or go to your Figma plugin and import designs from your Figma. You can create designs manually using an upload option, or you can also use a sitemap to crawl multiple URLs at the same time, right? The only thing you need to remember is just make sure that you don't duplicate pages. So for example, if you have pages for each sector, right, you don't need to add all pages here for tracking. You just try to identify unique pages first, and only enter one page per unique page, right? Go to my UI to see if UI has been captured. You can see the UI right here has been captured. It has scrolled all your page. So now Measuremate has information about your page, and it can do many things for you. You can select the same page here, and first of all try to generate recommendations. If you are using OpenAI, if you are allowed to use OpenAI keys, you can integrate OpenAI with our tool, and it will help you generate recommendations that hey, you have a sign up button on this page, like get free forever, that you should be tracking. You have a video as well on this page, so why are you not tracking video play or video complete event, or it is just recommending these events to you, right? It not only recommends events, but it also recommends you event parameters too. Like for this event, a method parameter would be more appropriate, because when you go to a login, right, login page, generally you might also want to, for example, check the method that you use to log in. Like in this case, it is a use Google account, or if there is a Facebook account, you could use method variable to differentiate sign up event to understand how many signups are coming from Google login or how many are coming from Facebook, right? What is the preferred way for the user to sign up? Play event, it is recommending like video title, IDs, position, and autoplay enabled or disabled parameters. And these are all default recommendations. You don't have to do anything to implement these in your GA4 account. As soon as, for example, I click on these are the events I don't want to track right now. I want to track video complete event. I will add this event here. Event has been added. And what it has done is it has captured video complete event. The only thing is your developer needs to implement a little bit of code. If you are not sure on how to implement these type of codes called data layer code, get in touch with us. We can provide you some sample codes, or we can help you also up to like 3, 4, 5 hours of services are on us, so we can help you set up data layer codes for certain events which you can refer and develop your own codes. But this is a bit technical, so there is a different setup module coming up which will help you do this setup as well, but overall it is not ready yet. We are trying to refine that module so that we are also able to deploy code for you, and you don't have to implement this code. Or even if you are a newbie or you don't know coding, you will be able to implement an end-to-end Google Analytics for event, right? So the code helps you push details, that whenever a user comes to this page, whenever he clicks on playing the video, an event gets pushed into something called data layer. So it's a bit of technical concept. If you are new to it, don't worry, we will create more videos, but it's a simple sort of container. Or if you are more familiar with arrays, it's an array of events, right? Whatever user is doing, the user is your developer needs to push values. So the moment user clicks, your developer will push these details via JavaScript code, and you can see that it will not return anything. But what you can see now is your container, which we were looking at, has a fourth event, which is called video complete event. Right? Event with a unique ID, duration, video ID, and video title. Right? So some fields, if they are dynamic fields, the developer will code these fields to become a dynamic field. Like if this is a report work intro, what will a developer do is developer will need to push these values like report work intro video ID, maybe a random ID, and what is the duration of this video will be passed. Right? In that case, these details can be captured via your Google Tag Manager at the end of the day. Right? So that's the implementation of data layer. And if you are interested in understanding such data layers, generally there are clients for which we implement data layers as well. So I can just quickly try to showcase you those data layers as well. So for example, for one of the accounts which we had helped set up to the customer, you can see that this is the data layer code that you need to write. For any, let's say, a block click, you need to write a small code based on CSS selectors, and there is a very easy format that you can follow. But for most tracking, generally we have a common function, and we write track element click and add your class or these IDs. You can get this code if you want from us, and we will help you set it up as well. But yeah, this is the code developer needs to add. If your developers are on client side, you can add this as a Jira ticket. You can integrate your Jira and push this ticket to their Jira as well. Right now, let me go into a bit more detail. Like now we have added this code, this tag to this button, and it has started pushing values to data layer. Right now, Google Tag Manager is very smart, and it can read variables called data layer variables. Right. So if you are new to Google Tag Manager, don't worry. You don't have to do anything within Google Tag Manager. This is only for the demo purpose, that GA4 can read your data layer variable as soon as it gets updated. Google Analytics can read an event, GTM can read event variable. It can read what is your video title that you have pushed to these variables right from the developer end. Right. So configuring all this is a bit of a challenge for a newbie. So what you can do is you can select the tag and push the details to Google Tag Manager. Right, you can see the configuration has been pushed now. So you can go to the overview, make sure you are in the right workspace, and definitely into right account as well. So yeah, I think we need to check the demo account. Right, inside the demo account, filter by last edited, you can see that the variables have been created, which the variables like video duration which were not present, it has already created. It has created a video complete trigger for you. It has also completed a tag which is more like Measuremate. It also uses a Google tag, has an event name, and event parameters have been pushed properly to capture this event for you. Right, the only thing you need to do is submit or preview to check your events whether they are firing correctly or not. Right, so the interesting part is there were many parameters in this event. So go back and check, like there is a video title, video ID, and video duration, but it only created video duration, and the primary reason is The video related parameters are, some of them are already present in the tool, so it is not going to recreate those fields, and it is going to check that if video title is present, I don't need to create a video title or video ID, and just simply reuse those variables. So in a way it is very smart. It can reuse variables for you as far as you use the same naming conventions. uh, the variables can be reused as well, to make sure that we do not overload your Google Tag Manager with unnecessary variables. Right, so you have configured event, you have also published your container, your developers have pushed these triggers, pushed these tags on the website as well, and your data layer is ready, your GTM is ready. Now is the time you want to understand or either preview your events, that how an event is being fired, uh, and primarily validate your data once the data is being captured. Right, so right now we haven't pushed, so we can't validate this data. To validate your data, you can integrate your GA4 account to BigQuery. So generally, like, you integrate your email, you can use a project ID and dataset ID that you are exporting. If you are new, if you have never used BigQuery, just search about GA4 integration with BigQuery, which will ultimately help you understand how you can integrate BigQuery into your integrate your BigQuery within your Google Analytics first. So you have to, for example, go to analytics.google, and for each of your accounts or each of your properties, go to product links, go to BigQuery. There is also a guide to create your Google API console project. So first of all, you will need that project. Once you have a project, you can click on link button, which will open up a link here, which is where you can select your project. You can select your region where you want to store data, and ultimately you can see whether you want a daily export or you want a streaming export. For most cases, we recommend daily export unless you want to use this data in real time. But yeah, daily export is the best option. So just select daily full export and save. BigQuery data sets can take time to appear. So overall, I think if you are new to BigQuery and Google Analytics, I will just quickly show you that within a project that you integrate, you can navigate to BigQuery from Google Cloud. Right, I will switch to another ID. Yeah, so in my case, I have a project called Measuremate public project. Under this project, there is a menu here, so you have to scroll down a bit, select BigQuery and Studio. So you will come to BigQuery Studio. After 24 to 48 hours of the linking that you perform, you will be able to see the raw data, analytics data, right, exported here. And the way it exports is it uses BigQuery schema for GA4, and for every day the tables there will be one table for each particular date within a year, within a month. Right, so each day one table which can be used, or which will be populated either 2 times or 3 times a day, depending on the frequency and availability of servers. Right, so that's the BigQuery part. Now, if you want to learn BigQuery, you can definitely learn it. You can learn the query language, right? If you are familiar with SQLs or queries, BigQuery can be a really great tool for you to access data and understand the structure of data, and do lots of additional analysis based on the queries. But for most of us, that might not be right choice. So just integrate your BigQuery credentials, project ID, and the dataset ID that you got here 4910. You will also ensure that your dataset ID matches your property ID that you have integrated with the project, right? So we will see how this module, the tracking planner module, uses BigQuery. So again, within each page, if you go to let's say I go to a page called home page, where I've created some events. Home page, I have created a purchase event, and I've already integrated BigQuery for this client or a demo project. So you can go to validate. Yesterday, generally you will not receive any data unless you are on a Google Analytics 360 plan, which is very costly for small and medium businesses. But yeah, I think if you are an enterprise, you can most likely see data within your yesterday as well. For most of the others, you have to wait for a bit and then select randomly uh, random event data from your last 3 days, last 7 days, last 30 days, and you will be able to see like what purchase event was fired, what was the transaction ID being captured. If a field is being captured correctly, you will see green tick. If it is not, you will be able to see coupons, affiliation, coupon, discounts, indexing, and all these parameters you will be able to see. Right? You can always refresh to see with more data, and just make sure that for every event you are able to capture or not capture certain data points. Right? So you can find out this with any number of events and validate any number of events here without any issues, without any manual work. And lastly, this module also provides you the tracking and setup module, provides you way to implement certain advanced features like server side tagging. So if you are interested, definitely explore server side tagging. For each module we have a guide here, so you can go and refer to this guide, which gives you more details on how to set up Measuremate in your server side container. Right now we only provide a guide with a step setup. So if you don't have a server already with you, you can use step.io for server setup, but we do have plans to set up server side tagging with Google Cloud Storage, Google Cloud Run, and we will be able to also help you set up with AWS as well. Right? So in the coming versions, definitely you will see more. But right now, if you face any challenges to set up these modules, feel free to reach out, because they are like very basic and infancy mode right now, but it does the work of routing all your data to a server, and then server routes all your data to Google Analytics, which primarily improves your efficiency up to by up to like 10%, which is a great number. If you see wrong numbers, lesser number of transactions in Google Analytics, definitely server side tracking is a worth investment, but it will definitely depend upon your size of your data, number of users for your clients, because the server costing can quickly scale as the number of users scale. So just make sure that you understand the implications of server side tagging, and if you are not sure, you can reach out to us for a consulting session where we can help you understand what server side tracking is, and what are the use cases where you can implement server side tagging. Now coming to the pixels, so if you are an agency works on mini pixel setups. You use data layer for e-commerce clients. Then setting up pixel is very easy within Google Tag Manager. What you can do is you can open the pixel that you want to set up, go to default workspace, go to set up all these tags, right? So if you are on Google Ads, use conversion linker tag, push it to your Google Tag Manager. Google Ads conversion tracking, yep, push. Google Ads remarketing, push to Tag Manager. I might already have this tag, but yeah, let's try pushing it. So I pushed this one tag. Let me also push conversion linker tag. Great. And let me also try pushing conversion tracking. Great. So now I pushed 3 tags within like 20 seconds, which reduces great amount of manual work. Definitely you can understand how these tags work, and if you are new, sometimes you know tagging Google Ads or Meta Ad pixels require a bit of understanding of like how to generate a conversion label, how to generate your conversion value, right? How to pass your transaction IDs, currency code. Uh, all these things are definitely there. So you have to, like, the tag configuration has been taken care. Some variables are also taken care, like, but we don't know about your label that you want to use here, so we have kept it as a placeholder right now. There are more integrations coming soon, so you will not have to do that as well. But for now, if you are not sure what to insert into those labels, follow the guide. It's a bit easier to just understand how to get your labels, how to set up the tracking, and how to replace these values within Measuremate as well. Right, so there is an article for conversion ID and conversion label. So just follow that article, finding your conversion ID. So there is a step-by-step process given for each pixel tracking. Same for Meta Ads. If you are on Meta, you can push many tags which Meta supports, and it helps you configure Google Tag Manager for those events. If you are on e-commerce websites, definitely same data layer variables are used, so no additional setups are required. But yeah, overall inside tag, TikTok ad pixel, Snapchat. We also support server side tagging for Facebook conversion API, and you can push these values to push these different events to the server side tagging, right? And then Twitter or X ad pixels, so many pixels are supported. So overall like more than like 100 plus pixels can be set up using tracking and pixel setup right from the dashboard itself. There's some setup work required in doing so, but it greatly reduces human work. And if you are a freelancer, or if you have a team member who is working on such things, uh, the tool can be a great use to automate multiple items. Now, if you want to implement clarity within Google Tag Manager, very easy. You have to select this, push to GTM, and we do recommend Microsoft Clarity because primarily it's a new tool for creating heat maps and session recordings. The only reason we record it more than Hotjar is because it's a free tool and it can give you really nice recordings for your website, like how user from Brazil came to my website and how this user is trying to use, for example, let's say this is data, anonymous data of one user, how users are navigating my website uh, throughout, like whatever time they spent on the website, and it gives you a quick overview of session completely recorded, what kind of areas user clicks on, whether they are reading certain sections or not, right? And if they scroll down, how much do they scroll down, and ultimately what kind of sections they visit, right? So primarily the way user interact with your software can be seen. It can also give you scroll percentage, right? If you have a one pager website, you want to understand a click tracking, like where users click, you can see multiple things where users are clicking on your page, and you can also see the scroll amount, that how much amount people scroll. So some people drop off after certain section. uh, then you might want to really uh, understand how to redesign your website, or how can you make sure that users are able to visit your website to more extent. So do implement Microsoft Clarity to get more insights into heat maps and session recordings and click-throughs. Uh, and tracking module, I hope tracking module will be very helpful for someone who is starting to track. There are some updates coming up in tracking module which will uh, do a lots of groundwork for you. Right now this module specifically has a lot of options for you, but yeah, I think we are trying to make the whole process simpler for you to uh, do the tracking without much interaction, and come up with proactive recommendations and implementation as well. So do stay tuned, and those updates will be released mostly within a month, and you should be able to see a magic tracking event builder which will help you track using your DOM elements automatically. So you don't have to do anything, you just have to approve the trackings, and it will be tracked properly within your Google Tag Manager and your Google Analytics as well. So these are the tracking modules, very detailed modules with different plugins that we already discussed on the dashboard. Now let's come to the reporting modules. So in the reporting modules, we have really great, I think up to two different modules, but with very detailed sub modules, right? So if you are an agency, you might want to schedule reports in multiple ways, right? If you are a design agency, you might want to simply use our Figma plugin and help uh, set up this Figma plugin, because Figma plugin allows you to bring all your GA4 data into Figma itself, right? So the way it works is, for example, you go to your Figma plugin, right? You allow the plugin to run. The plugin will open here, right? So I'll just quickly try to give you an example. We might not see the full demo here, but yeah, same plugin you can open here. The only thing difference is it's a single UI, so there are steps you need to follow. Go to Figma. Now within Figma you can see there are multiple options again. There is integrations, there is configure, and there is reports. So go to configure. First of all, you need to tell Measuremate that what is the mapping between your UI and your Figma UI and your GA4 data, right? So if, let's say, if I have a form start event, or let's say uh, a page view event for a certain page, you can add filters that if you want to filter by home page, definitely filters are available. uh, but you will select your page, or you will select a certain element where you want to populate all your data, right? So in this case, let me select a frame, right? So this is a longer frame, so it has captured a frame now, and I can save this. So now what has been done is, under all configs you can see, and events have been configured for different section or different page. So whenever we run report for Figma plugin, it will generate a GA4 data right besides your Figma mockup. So very very interesting feature, because if you want to receive your data, or if you want your uh, creative team to also use data points, then this feature is a really must feature. The way it will populate data is something like this. The moment you select cart page and populate the data, uh, you will be able to see uh, data right in your Figma designs. So not going into much detail, but that's how the Figma works. There are many other things, like you can select multiple metrics within that plugin. You can apply filters at a UI level, selection level. You can apply filters at even at a report level, and overall Figma dashboard that you create, you can apply filter, for example, for mobile devices, filter for desktop devices can be applied, right? So that's a contextual reporting that we provide. That's the first contextual report. Now coming to the second type of contextual reports, we have a plugin called Chrome plugin, that again you can definitely download from here. What it does is very very simple but very powerful, right? For any client or any website, what you can do is, you can go to Chrome plugin, select your project, and go to report section. There is something called on page analytics at the end, and you can select Google Analytics 4 to Chrome, right? What it does is, as you navigate through multiple pages, it is going to tell you how many users you have on a particular page. You can select a date range right from here. You can also select a sort of custom range. You can change page path. You can use regex match if you want for a detailed reporting. Uh, but otherwise you already have a page overview. So there are many sections. It automatically populates in the UI. So it gives you page overview, what previous pages user went through, what was the user behavior on the page, what is the audience overview, who visited this page, what is the traffic sources that led to this page as a landing page, or as a page. So you can see all details like users, how many views, how many events, what time people spend on this page, right? And then previous page, again you can see where people are coming from, what is the on page behavior, what events they are firing on this page. Again you can also like divide each event by dimensions. I can try to see if we can. Yeah, I think for these events we don't have any data captured right now, but overall if you capture certain data points as a dimension, you can break down these page views as well into mobile, desktop, and tablet, uh, and see the breakup of any event by any dimensions. It's very very useful to understand audience, like how many returning versus new users are coming up. And you can also see the breakup by countries, see desktop versus mobile split for the users, and ultimately you can also see the what different traffic sources contribute to my traffic here, right? So overall, a quick summary of the page that you want to generate, that you want to use, will populate right here, right? So very easy to use contextual reporting, because now not only within Figma, but you can also get reporting side by side your website or the web page. In the moment you will change the page, the reporting will also change, which is one of the great feature, because you don't have to manually go to Google Analytics and drill down and find your data, and not even learn Google Analytics, not even have to spend lots of time implementing Google Analytics or understanding Google Analytics reporting features, right? So do install our Chrome extension for you know detailed reporting, uh, contextual reporting. Now there are three other parts. We don't need to understand each one of them, but overall, I think all three of them work similarly. So this is what we call alerts. If you are someone who wants to get alert every day about certain metrics, these modules are for you. You need to go to what alert you want to set up. Just start with any one of these. Ultimately, the one which you want to definitely set up, go to WhatsApp. uh, I want, for example, e-commerce revenue metric every day in my inbox, or my WhatsApp that I have set up here. So select a scorecard. You can select multiple chart types. Uh, if you have a conversion rate kind of metrics, you can also use percentage, which is great for people who want to create different metrics. In this case, we are more interested into total e-commerce revenue. I don't want to filter it out. I want them to tell me the last 3 days revenue, and I want to send it to my own WhatsApp number, right? Definitely you can schedule it, but uh, before you schedule certain features, what you need to do is uh, you need to test your alert, which we highly recommend. So send a test alert. It might take a while. It prepares an alert and then sends an alert to you. So within like few seconds, you will see that Measuremate has sent you total revenue that you have earned over like last 3 days from this demo project, right? So it gives you alert name, chart type that you selected, filter, so that ultimately if you want to also delete these report at the end of the day, or you want to stop certain alerts, you can go to all reports and delete them. But for now, if you click on save report, you can schedule this. So in my case, I could probably schedule this to whatever Asia time zone we are into. You can select your day, weekdays, weekends, how many times you want the numbers to be reported, and when do you want to receive an alert. If you want to send the same alert to Slack and email, you can do so, right, by simply, for example, selecting jodhpatel.imenu. My Slack is connected, so I can send to Slack, and I can also send to Gmail, and again you could do a test. uh, Alert report is sent successfully. So if I open up my email address, you should be able to see a report right inside your email, right? So these are the alerts part, which you can send to your email, your Slack channels, Slack DMs. Everything is supported here, right? The only thing is, uh, you need to learn to test the alert. Do not set alert without testing. Only if you are a pro you can definitely do that, but uh, this is a nice feature for you to test alerts before setting it up. It reduces great manual work, and it automates your reporting, so that your teams can focus more on metric, keep check on your metrics, and uh, never have to go back to Google Analytics for any set of data as well. Coming to the next features, where if you are an advanced user, if you are into Google Analytics 4, you might want to uh, export your data to Google Analytics 4 to Excel sheets, Excel or sheets, right? So if you are in Microsoft Excel, if your organization, your client uses Excel, you can export an Excel every day, every week, every month. And then if you are into more advanced reporting, you can also use BigQuery to Excel for more advanced reports that you might want to create using queries, or um, you could use these options as well, right? Using these options is very simple, same as the alerts that I showcased you. The only thing different here is, for example, this one is an Excel report. Uh, Date range is last 7 days. I want device category wise active users count. You can also order by, if you have multiple fields, you can order by a particular field, or you can also select ascending descending orders as well, right? So I want to sort by descending. You can add filters as well if you want, and ultimately you can select your destination, select your whatever destination where you want to send this, select a test alert, right? Excel report has been sent, and what it does is, in this case, it creates an Excel report, and it has already sent the Excel report right here. So I'm downloading it, Excel report. Okay, anyways, I can't open this without an Excel here. Maybe let's try text edit. No. Yeah, but I think what it does is it simply tries to create an Excel for you, and then you can open this Excel. Yeah, just drop a file to see what has been exported. Yep. So you can see the Excel has certain values, device category wise, active users, and it has also sorted this column that we had selected by device category. So it's definitely useful for you to export data to Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel. Same if you are looking at GA4 to Google Sheets, everything is similar. The only thing is you have to provide a Google Sheet here by authenticating, and ensure that you have already connected your Google Sheets here. Before you try to do that, you need to provide these credentials for this module to work, right? There is a different detailed module for BigQuery, which is for advanced users. If you are an advanced user, you can play around with use AI to write custom query. You can add your custom query and export a very specific data to Google Sheets or Google Microsoft Excel, and schedule those exports at a daily period. But yeah, overall I think this is something that you might want to do only if you are into advanced usage. There is a Copilot. So right now we are revamping certain functionality because of a small issue, but overall a Copilot requires an OpenAI key to insert here. So right now I already added a key, but if you have not added, just follow the configuration guide, which guides you how to create your API key, how to copy the key, how to add this key to Measuremate, and how to also configure your API key, right, after adding certain balance, um, how to configure what kind of models to enable, and ultimately what rate limits to change. And yeah, it's a step-by-step guide to configure your key, so do follow that guide to not face any issues with Copilot. You can talk to this Copilot uh, by simply using a natural language and fetch any Google Analytics 4 related data from your Google Analytics 4 account, right? Can you fetch any GA4 data for me? So you can also talk to it like you talk to ChatGPT or any other modules, and it can help you fetch dimensions, metrics, date range, and filters without you understanding any of your Google Analytics related parts, right? So that's more like magic, that you just have to ask for your data and it will get you the data that you want within this interface itself, right? More developments are coming. We are refining this bot right now. There have been smaller issues, but yeah, overall I think we will make it ready within like a week or so. But this is the Copilot feature again for reporting, where uh, users do not know how to use data from GA4. They can simply chat with Google Analytics 4 and AI based alerts. So primarily if you want AI to read your reports and alert you about certain things, it can also do that. And it can also send you those type of reports where a detailed uh, data is provided about certain sections of the page, right? Like for example, the AI based alert that I had set up. So the setting up AI based alert is pretty easy. You select let's say a sample alert, and this is a purely AI based feature, so you need an OpenAI key. You select your GA4 report. So there are certain few reports which check for one metric at a time, right? So let's say I want to check how we are getting users, acquisition overview report. uh, I want to select a threshold that I want to understand, and I want AI to report to me if there is a plus or minus 25% change in this metric, right? I want to run this job daily, and let's say I want to analyze out of let's say if there have been plus or minus 25% change in 100 different channels, then I only want to report top 20% channels, and I want to get report on my Slack channel, or I want to get my report on my WhatsApp, or maybe an email address in my time zone, right? So you select your destination, very simple. You don't have to code anything, you don't have to learn Google Analytics 4, but the only thing is it uses AI to read your reports, and primarily it captures the details from your report and tries to generate a difference uh, of different alerts, and then ultimately it has now sent me a report where it has given me that, hey, a default channel group inside is ready. Cross network sessions decreased from 15 almost 1489 to 1086. It's a big change of 27 percentage. So an unassigned increased significantly from 34 to 576. So it gives you quick insights every day, which will help you understand, um, stay on top of your reports, and it will also help you get alerts on your either email or it could be on your Slack channels as well, right? So very simple, very intuitive to use, uh, and you don't have to do much coding. You don't have to learn Google Analytics for, and our the way we are working on this product is as much as trying to make sure that you don't have to learn Google Analytics for, and we are able to make sure that uh, you receive reports right within your workspaces where you work, and getting data should be much more simpler for each one of you, right? So in this case, random public channel, let me find the same channel, random public channel. You can see the same alert has been pushed to the random channel as well. Yeah, so that's the AI based alert. And the last part is the insights module. Very interesting, because if you are into growth marketing, or you want to understand how to increase your lead generation, this module provides a step by step funnel for you. So for a client, you can see how sessions are starting, and once the sessions start, uh, do the users, how many users add products to the cart, and ultimately how many users purchase your product. So you can get a step by step funnel where 14,000 started, out of these 326 only added the product to cart. So maybe there's a huge drop in people adding products to the cart. So maybe let's see how many people also view the products uh, inside the cart. So view item, and you can see that not many people are able to view the products as well, right? There's a huge drop of like 5,000 users, which needs to be understood. You can see like if people dropped off, right? How many people drop off? 35% drop off from this stage to the next step, right? If there is a drop off, uh, if people did some next action, what did they do? Did they search? So then it, in that case, view search results is only 26. So many people do not prefer searching on your website. Maybe we don't know why, right? So you need to get into more details afterwards, but overall you can get very basic high level insights right from the funnel, and see where you need to drill down, where you want to improve upon your website as well, right? For a detailed page level insight, you can set up a detailed tracking on your page and use our Chrome extension to see what is happening, or you can use Microsoft Clarity as well, side by side, right? So see the recordings, and you can create and save funnels, refer your funnels at a later stage. So drop off funnel, very basic, easy, intuitive. You don't need to learn anything, just select events. uh, there are many other features within the funnel as well. I will just quickly showcase you one more step here. So let's say we have a two-step funnel, how many started, how many completed, right? And you want to break this down by device category. So only few dimensions are supported with GA4 API support us, but overall you can drill down into all. You can drill down into only mobile. So now you can see it has divided the funnel into multiple device category wise funnel has been created right now, right? So very easy to divide your funnel. You can also filter your funnel by a few things, that if you want only Facebook as a campaign, you can filter by source medium, which contains, for example, let's say I want only paid related funnel, right? So in that case, you can filter it down, and your funnel will consider only those particular dimensions as well. So you can create source-wise funnels as well. It's very intuitive, easy to use. Uh, the next feature is conversion journey insights. Many people ask me that, hey, I want to understand if a user is, for example, is exploring my web page, and at the end of the day, I want to understand what actions user took before he signed up for my product, or he explored, or he clicked on send message, right, before generating a lead. What kind of steps users are performing. So there are many ways to generate it, but if you have integrated your BigQuery account, all these modules require BigQuery, most of these, right? So very well export data to BigQuery and connect it for these modules to work. You can enter a journey name, you can create a journey type. You want to individually understand for single user journeys, or do you want to understand journeys as a whole, right? So in my case, I want to understand, for example, purchase journey as a whole. Transition type select as events if you are new to this, but yeah, otherwise select a proper date range. What is your goal? You want to understand how people lead to purchase, right? And then you can select whatever events you want to be part of this analysis. And once you select events, you can also break down page view by using add page groups. Like if you want to not have page view event, but you want to have like something like home page, you can give a path pattern, right? So feel free to reach out if you want to understand how to use these modules in more details. But overall, you fetch a conversion journey, and it will help you understand like how each one of these purchase, right? If there were like how many purchases, 70 purchases had happened, how each one of them started. So there is a start point, right? You also get to see the start point, and then there is an end point, right? So starting, some people had page views. After page view, you could divide these pages into multiple pages. Otherwise, you will see a loop, right? Like people went from one page to another page, one page to another page, and then they went to submit a form, came back, form was started, form was submitted, form never completed, and then ultimately it lead to purchase, right? So that's the kind of journey that helps you understand how people converted on your website. Now, contrary to this, some people ask me that, hey, I have many people coming to my website, but lots of them, 90% of these people do not convert, and I want to understand how these people exit my website, right? So same module, but a different goal. You can create an exit journey in such cases. Try to create an exit journey, and it gives you how many people exited your website and from where, right? So if people are exiting after not even looking at your page, not performing any events, or how many people exit after doing add to cart, how many people exited after checking out, right? How many people exit at each one of the page or each one of the section of the page or your website, right? So it's a very detailed analysis that might take days for an analyst to generate from BigQuery data, which is ready-made available for you as part of this module. For e-commerce clients, you can definitely check out RFM segmentation. You can look at, I have a sample, but otherwise, if you have integrated BigQuery and you are capturing purchase events into your website, you just need to fill up the type of RFM you want to generate. Very easy to generate, and you can generate an RFM module. Customer segments, like how frequently your customers are visiting and buying your product, right? So it has divided it into 5 buckets. 5 is the best frequently purchased products, frequently coming users, and then you can see there's a bucket with red, which means there's a very high monetary value customers. There are very low monetary value customers, and then recency as well. So on the x-axis, you see a recency of each of the segments. So this will ultimately help you consult your clients, or if you are an e-commerce brand, understand what is the direction that you should work upon. Do you need to bring users frequently? Do you need higher valued customers? Do you need to build recency, or run more email campaigns, right? So this allows you to understand your customer base. If you want a more detailed analysis, there is a k-means RFM cluster you can create, a 3D cluster plot of all your customers, and you can see individual customers plotted into these three buckets of frequency, monetary, and recency with all 6 different clusters, right? So this is a completely machine learning based analysis that requires you to understand BigQuery machine learning, but you can select that under this k-means RFM using BigQuery ML module. Exploring campaigns. So this is a small module which allows you to explore 3 dimensions at the same time. You can change these dimensions to any dimensions, but generally people might use this for campaigns or page level explorations. Like if you want a high level view of how each campaigns are bringing users to my website, I can see a lots of them are unassigned, so definitely there might be an issue with tagging. A lot of them are organic search, a lot of them are paid, which is cross network. So let's deep dive into cross network. Cross network majorly consists of Google CPC. Within Google CPC, I might have many campaigns, so I can see what campaign is driving what number of users. When you hover, you can see the value of each campaign, right? So primarily click outside of this anywhere to zoom out, but it gives you a quick understanding of how you are generating your leads, or how your attribution is split across multiple campaigns, multiple channels. Coming to the next module, which is an attribution module, where you can generate, again, very simple to generate attribution. Select your dimensions you want to use, select a look back window and date range. That's all. Once you generate an attribution, you can see a channel overlap diagram, right, which gives you, like, if you are running a Google CPC campaign for a client, what is a cannibalization between organic and CPC, what is an overlap between multiple channels, and if you are running Facebook paid ads, how many of them are only visiting your website but not converting, right? So the more the number of convert, the better the channel is performing. So assist to convert ratio is very, very important. The more it is nearby 0, the better it is, right? So overall, I think we are looking at 0, this ratio to be between 0 to 1. Higher the ratio, the lesser the channel's role becoming converting. But yeah, these are like all advanced attribution stuff that you can do with your Google Analytics BigQuery data. And lastly, the timeline reports. So again, it's more similar to Google Analytics user level timeline. Like Google Analytics also has a user level report where you can select any user and see what journey this user did, right? Like what kind of different page views the user had done. So depending on the user ID, you can like randomly go through the user ID and see the journey of this user. So very easy to scroll through. And lastly, within the same, there is again an aggregated user journey. So if you want to understand at a time level what Google Analytics users are performing or doing, what events are done at what stage or what number of seconds, you can actually create a heat map of time versus event. And you can also change the bin size to 1 second, to get a granular view that, hey, at around, for example, 30 seconds, uh, some users download a file, right? At around purchase event does not happen like up to like 35 seconds, right? So overall, this helps you, especially with your marketing account, marketing automation, or if you are sending an email, sending a follow-up notification. It helps you schedule those notifications, or simply understand at what how much time it takes a user to purchase, uh, complete a purchase on your website. So all timing related insights can be figured out from the insights module. So overall, I think these are the different modules, and we have more coming soon. We have more uh, getting started module coming soon. We have Google Ads, Meta Ads integration coming as well, which will help you set up reports, dashboards automatically for you. And definitely there are certain modules which I will not cover in detail, but yeah, manage all your integrations under manage integrations. And if you face any difficulties, feel free to use WhatsApp support. Billing, you can explore your plans under billing. You can see your plan here. You can see what items are covered under your plan, and overall you can get a promo code. Redemption is present here. If you are using any of our promos, you can enter up to like 3 promos. Press enter after entering one promo, and you should be all good with promo redemption, and click on apply. There is a support module, so you can see all your tickets that you have created here. You can create your tickets right here, or you can simply write to us, or better use WhatsApp support as well. If you don't get a response via email, please reach out to us on WhatsApp, because sometimes we have seen firewalls blocking our emails, which creates an issue that we are not able to see. We are trying to reach to you, but your firewalls protect us from reaching your particular email address. In that case, if you use WhatsApp support as well, it would be easier for us to keep track as well. If you are trying to reuse a project, there is a small feature here where you can delete projects that you had created as an admin. If I am not an admin for a project, I won't be able to delete those projects. But if you are an admin for a project, definitely feel free to delete these projects and create a new project, which will help you stay within your particular plans and the limits, right? And there is a small sign out button. If you prefer to sign out after you have used this product, feel free to sign out and sign in again whenever required. Thank you so much for going through this video, and I hope you like Measuremate. And please join our community and provide features, suggestions, and what do you want in Measuremate, and we will be definitely working on it as we go forward. Thank you so much.